That really carried more weight in my life because he put my picture on his magazine, and I still have that picture, and I display it everywhere. So it says Man of the Year.
My first award ceremony, Dr. Suhail Masood got Man of the Year awards. Remember Suhail bhai? And also Sana bhai. Okay. And so many people sitting in room, they've been with me. One of my witness here, my friend, Dr. Saima Firdaus.
It has to be approved by majority vote. So I assure you, standing here as a president of Grand Alliance, that your money, your contribution, it is not my decision or a person decision. It's a decision by the people who've been doing Pakistan Day and many other events.
Putting up a great program, running an excellent platform for bringing like minds together.
Congratulating so many Pakistanis from all over America to each other.
हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता है।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। नाज़रीन, आपका मेज़बान वकील ख़ान हाज़िर खिदमत OpTv के प्लेटफॉर्म से, और आप देख रहे हैं OpTv ग्लोबल। नाज़रीन, आपको पता है कि मैं आपकी मुलाकातें कराते रहता हूँ, और आज एक और अहम तरीन मुलाकात है, और वो मुलाकात है जनाब उमर हारून से। उमर हारून बाय प्रोफेशन इंजीनियर हैं, लेकिन इन्होंने अपने प्रोफेशन का रुख मोड़ दिया और ये चले गए इन्वेस्टमेंट और सरमायाकारी के अंदर, रियल एस्टेट में। इनकी कंपनी का नाम है कैनियन कैपिटल LLC। ये उसके मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हैं। आइए बातचीत करते हैं जनाब उमर हारून साहब से। मुलाज़ा फरमाइए। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। नाज़रीन, आपका मेज़बान वकील ख़ान हाज़िर खिदमत है आज ख़ुसूसी मुलाकात के साथ। ये मुलाकात है मेरी जनाब उमर हारून साहब के साथ। उमर हारून जो है यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर, बिजनेसमैन एंड CEO एंड चेयरमैन ऑफ द कैनियन कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट इक्विटी, लॉट ऑफ थिंग विल टॉक टुडे, एंड ही हैज अ वेरी ब्राइट कैरियर। ही कंटेस्टेड 2 times द इलेक्शन एज वेल हियर इन सेंटा मोनिका। तो आइए बातचीत करते हैं जनाब Umar Haroon Saab. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, Sam, thank you so much. Thank you again for the wonderful introduction. I have a mechanical engineering degree from UCLA, born in LA, but spent a good amount of time traveling as well. And I've worked as a financial advisor for UBS in the past.
Okay. I heard you contested 2 elections.
Yes, I did run actually once for LA County Assessor. Yes.
First time.
Yes, and did actually really well. I think to be in the primary, you needed about 100,000 votes, and there were about 16 people running, so the vote was divided quite a bit. I got about 60,000 votes. The county of LA is actually broken up into a number of different cities, and so I did win some cities as well. But yes, I ran, and it was a great experience.
Mr. Umar Haroon, it's really nice meeting you. I have seen your portfolio. I know your family, your background, mashallah. And today I would like to know about the really hardcore of your business.
Yeah.
Why people are choosing your company? Why the people work with you?
Thank you.
What are the benefits?
Yeah.
Would you please tell our audience briefly about your in-depth business?
Thank you. Wonderful question. So these are investments, and our investors invest right alongside these sovereign wealth funds. Typically, you need a $10 million investment just to invest in one fund. And so what we do, and within the partnership, then we're able to invest in a single partnership, invest in a few different funds. Now, the amazing thing about private equity is historically, you have much less volatility than the stock market. So you don't have these ups and downs that really scare people and make people nervous. And the problem with that kind of fear is that, you know, in the investment field, you're supposed to buy low and sell high. But when you let emotion come into it, and when you let fear come into it, you make bad mistakes. You get scared, and then you sell low, and then the market goes up, and you wait and you wait and you wait, and then you feel like you've missed out, then you buy high, and then the market drops again. And so it's very hard for the average person to make money. And what private equity does is you're making a profit, companies that are growing, and that you need to check out. And then what ends up happening is that company, because it also has a good product and because it had access, it wins all these contracts. And now the company, now that it has all these contracts, is worth a lot more. And a Carlyle Group, for example, would then sell that company for a very large profit. So what you have with private equity is you don't have the volatility, and you have returns that are historically higher than the stock market. So it's really a win-win. The only drawback is that unlike stocks, you can't sell it immediately. It's illiquid. You have to wait for Blackstone and Carlyle to sell, or these private equity funds to sell the company that they invested in, for you to get your money back. Now, that usually actually protects investors, because when you have the best people in the world making the investment decisions with the most experience, they're not going to sell, you know, when there's a little bit of trouble than you would had you been in the stock market on average. So that's 2 years for a profit, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer, like maybe 5 years. But typically these investments are for the long term, but they do very, very well. We're very lucky to be working with some portfolio teams that have that have, you know, I don't want to necessarily get into the specifics, because, you know, there's some legal legalities, but there's a number of companies that have had exits of 3-4 times, in one instance even 9 times return of invested capital. So we are working with some really phenomenal portfolio teams with a long track record, and that's where we put, you know, where the money is invested. And we explain everything, and, you know, we view ourselves as educators and helpers, and we want to make sure our clients are well educated on different investment options for that. But if you invest in private equity, unfortunately, there isn't a way to quickly get your money back. You would have to sell that position. We would have to sell that position to another buyer.
It is a safe investment.
Yes. So these investments, you know, if you take a look at who the investors are in these funds, these are life insurance companies. These are pension plans, endowments, foundations. These are institutions that can't afford to lose money. And each one of these institutions have done their due diligence to know that these investments are safe. Now, you know, I don't want to get into, you know, maybe some people have had bad experiences with certain investment companies. The good thing is with Kenter Canyon Capital and all our funds, we don't control our bank accounts. We've hired a firm, SS&C GlobeOp. They have a multi-billion-dollar market capitalization, and they do all the accounting, Ponzi schemes. And so we wanted to make sure that our clients are 100% safe, and secure, and they don't have to worry about any.
And you're perfectly licensed by the securities.
Yes, so we're actually an SEC registered investment advisor. So the SEC does come
And who are your target audience?
So our target client is really anyone with significant liquidity that wants to invest for the long term and is cautious about taking risks. If they're safety minded, if they have a long-term outlook, those are our ideal clients. Now, we just happen to have probably over 90% of our clients just happen to be physicians in the United States, different specialties, different backgrounds, and across the United States, and have them, and we've grown our business through that, because the one thing that doctors are known for and are good for is giving families. So I spend a great deal of time with family and friends, but as far as interests, I do South Asian history, Islamic history. I do collect some art, both Islamic and historical. And I just enjoy reading as well. So I
also like traveling.
I love traveling, politics, really honestly anything that there is to know about any subject, whether it's psychology or sociology, history, medicine. I'm fascinated by, because anything that you learn can help you in anything, and I find interest in just learning new things.
Actually, hobby.
Hobbies do include working out at the gym, playing tennis. In this house. Alhamdulillah, we've got a large house, and so it's almost like two houses in one. My mother and sister reside on one side, one wing, and I'm actually divorced. So myself and my three kids are on the other side.
Other side.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like in the food?
Well, nothing beats Pakistani food, right? It's fantastic. A lot of flavors, a lot of richness. So Pakistani food's amazing, and I love desserts and a sweet tooth. But I'm working really hard to lose a little bit of weight. So I've been abstaining from the mithais and stuff like that right now. But I enjoy Ethiopian food. A pizza is fantastic.
Do you have any future plan to go in politics or councilman or mayor or?
No. I think right now I really don't have any plans for that. I'm really just focused on, and that's really the most important thing.
Yeah, one thing very important that I met your grand Ahmed Dayasab, he's my tea fellow. He's very much loving to his country.
Yeah.
So do you have the same love to your country, Pakistan?
Yeah, I absolutely. I definitely pray that whatever difficulties Pakistan is going through right now, right now the world's a very challenging place with inflation, with issues geopolitically. And I hope that, the world over, Pakistan, India, everywhere in the world, there's, growth and peace and prosperity.
And you think that America is a truly country for opportunity?
Yes, so many of our clients have come from South Asia with any money in their pocket, and they've managed to become, I think that one of the most important things to do is to do what you love. Figure out what your passion is, figure out what you're most interested in, and you can be the best in that particular field. And when you're the best in that particular field, even if generally maybe people don't, the average person doesn't get compensated well in maybe a particular field, but if you're the best in the field, you'll probably do very, very well. So do what you're most passionate about, and inshallah success will follow.
Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Umar Harun sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time and your concern.
Thank you.
And we will work together continuously.
Look forward to it.
Thank you. नाज़रीन, आप देख रहे थे प्रोग्राम OPTV ग्लोबल और एक मुलाकात जनाब उमर हारून साहब के साथ। इसके साथ ही आपका मेज़बान वकील खान आपसे इजाज़त चाहेगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। पाकिस्तान पाइंदाबाद। Assalamu alaikum नाज़रीन, my name is Waqil Khan. I'm the CEO and the executive producer of
अरशाद बारी ताला है, हम कुरान में उतारते हैं वो चीज़ जो ईमान वालों के लिए शिफा में होता है। और ज़िंदगी के अहम फैसले करना चाहे तो उसे चाहिए इस्तिखारे की रहनुमाई हासिल करे। संत की शादी, वीज़े में रुकावट, औलाद का नाफरमान होना, शौहर की बेवफाई, तलाक के मसाइल, इन तमाम मसाइल की रहनुमाई के लिए राब्ता करें।
Hammer Fusion is a company run by clinicians. When we are looking at a patient, we are looking at the patient's medical needs first. Patient is in the comfort of his or her home. They're watching the TV, they're doing their chores while the infusion is going on. And patient's copay deductible will be much lower if done at home than in the hospital setting. Home infusion, all in all, is a winning place for getting infusions done.
It is a heartening fact that you may obtain the best return on investment from your knowledge. You can program online certification programs to assist you build your job skills in the United States. AMEDFS.
Tune into Rocco.